I'm doing, I know it's risky. Like what you saying, I ain't tripping. Like I'm a king, no, not a nigga. I keep my distance from the wicked. Like is they ready, the time is ticking. I let them come and witness. Want my people to shine with greatness. Remember the days of ancient. Our time is
upon you. What does that sound like when you print marks upon you? So it sounds like tattoos. Now, sin to get tattoos according to the Bible. A lot of brothers up here got tattoos. But that was before we found out what this thing was about. Find out, don't do it again. You got any tattoos? Oh, you see that? Hey, look, like how we always say, we not better than the next man. Brothers up here got tattoos. Right. You know, but we read that, we found this a sin, repented, never got none anymore. So you want to strive to get no more tattoos. Because your temple is not yours, it's really God's. You know, you really just renting yourself. It's God's vessel. You don't want to. That's like someone damn rent your car.
Say your body is the temple.
That's right. How would you feel if you rented, you know, let's say you had a cousin or something, he borrowed your car for the day. Came back, it had spray paint on it, different wheels on it, and it was permanent. You can't wipe it off. You ain't gonna be mad. God, you know what? How much more God? Like now they gave him this vessel, all that beautiful melanin, and then here that you want to mark it all up. Now and then you wonder why you got skin cancer and ink poisoning. That's mad. They even say that tattoos is like the spirits of portals for a portal for evil spirits. You know, sometimes when people, you can tell when their minds is real bad when they got a lot of tattoos. Got tattoos on their face. Yeah, all their face is all tattoos. Can't even see their skin color. All the whole arm. You don't know what damn color. You don't know what their nationality is. It's all tattoos. Those be the same people that be in damn these bugged out houses and they be in jail systems. Because those tattoos even put a spirit on them. For that reason, God said, look, stay away from it. Believe it or not, that's an ancient Egyptian culture. They started that. So you want to stay away from the ways of these other nations because, you know, their mind is bad. Same thing with America. Whatever you learn in America, stay away from it. All the tattoos that's glorified, having, you know, these diverse seafood boils, all the wickedness here is glorified. Your job as an Israelite, God's chosen people, is to stay away from the ways of America. Because you get too caught up in this place, they'll turn you out. I'm going to show you something real quick. Go to Psalms 106 and 37. I'm going to show you what happens when you decide to keep your mindset within America.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 106, verse 37. Yeah, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto idols of Canaan. And the land was polluted with blood.
47.
This is 47. Save us, O Lord our God, and gather us from among the heathen to give thanks unto the holy name, and to triumph in thy praise. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel from everlasting to everlasting, and let all the people say.
That's not all wrong. I believe it's verse number 40. Let me see. Let's say we learn our ways. Maybe in the 30s, right? You can drop it, right? Yeah, read 35. This here go right here, verse 35. All right, brother, check this out.
Verse 35. But were mingled among the heathen.
So when God's chosen people, the Israelites, so-called black and Hispanics, are mingled among the heathen, you know,
and learned their works, and they served their idols.
So we learn the works of the heathens, or we're sprinkled in the midst of them. The heathens will be anyone that's not on that side. Again, you will be God's chosen people. So you being God's chosen people, you cannot learn the works of the heathens. All the tattoos and all the, you know, the things that we went over, the shrimp, crab, and lobster, the pork, all that stuff are the ways of the heathen. So you want to make sure that you stay away from that. Now, this one of the chief commandments, the last one we're going to give you before you pull off. Let's go to Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse number 25. Give me 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 4. All right, read this. Nehemiah 13.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 5.
13 and 25.
Oh, 13 and 25. And I contended with them and cursed them and smote certain of them and plucked off their hair and made them swear by God, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons.
Right, so it's also a sin for a man to take a heathen woman, believe it or not. You said what? Now, a heathen woman again would be, or a heathen in general, would be anyone that's not on this sign. Alright, so, is this your woman? Now, that's understandable, but, being real, we're your brother. So, according to the Bible, you don't want to take the women of the other nations. Right. God is very, very strict on being independent as a nation when it comes to marriage and relationships and things of that nature.
Right.
Now, why do you think God is like that? I want to ask you, why do you think God is like that?
Good question.
Exactly. You ever seen a cheetah lay down with a moose? No, it's not the same. Right, cheetah. That's right, exactly. But look though, they are animals, but yet they all have their own families. Same thing with the so-called human race. We all so-called humans, but that doesn't neglect or change the fact that we have our own families that we go back to.
Right.
You want to keep your inheritance within your seed line. Even when you read in the Bible, it came to a point where certain tribes couldn't even marry outside their own tribe, so they could keep the inheritance within. As the so-called black, we want to make sure we keep the inheritance within young people, because we last time I checked, we hurt as a people.
Right.
We're going through oppression. We're going through murder. We're murdering each other. The police murdering, killing us.
Right.
We're at the bottom of society. If anything, we all we got, we all we need.
Right.
They even said it in sports. Look at your brothers, hey, we all we got. Even if the team got damn 11 players. Like in football, right? It's 11 on the field. That same 11 that going off because they go right to defense. They all they got, they all they need. That's how it is with us. So that's why God has that mentality on staying with your own people. Build up your own people first, then you worry about everybody else. I'm led to believe a so-called black woman somewhere, city of Chicago. She's single. She don't got no hair. She don't know what's going on. She's looking for a man to guide her.
Absolutely.
You gonna let her get one of these guys to take care of your sisters?
No.
You don't want any of these guys taking care of your sisters.
Hell no.
They gonna end up like damn Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh.
She might end up in somebody's basement.
Oh no.
You seen the movie You? Or the Netflix show? Yeah, Joe. You end up with a Joe. Next thing you know, she's stuck in someone's library trying to figure out what's going on. So you want to stay. You want to. And that's what God said. You want to make sure with your own people. And for you, it's the same thing. You want to make sure you get your so-called white man. Y'all run the world. Got a lot of money.
Right.
Being real. That's awful if you see a so-called black woman with an East Indian man. That's out of order. So that all goes back to the biblical foundation. That's what God said. These are all commandments that we broke. Right. And it's going to expound on that. Read 26. Because you heard about King Solomon, right? King Solomon, he had 1,000 wives. Now, you think it's necessary for men to have 1,000 wives? No. Now, 700 of them were people of his own nation, right? Which was cool. Then he had 300 that weren't. And we're going to read what Nehemiah said about that situation. All right, it's the last one to close it out.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 26. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things?
Because he had wives of the heathen. He sinned by these things.
Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his God, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish woman cause to sin. Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil?
It said women, outlandish women causing the sin. Outlandish women were the women of the other nations that he ended up dealing with, and he ended up going off because he cleaved after their God. That's why he sinned. That's right. So we got a fly for you, pull off, brother. All right, look into the information. You will be God's chosen people.
Right.
All right, what's your nationality according to the Bible? An Israelite. That's right. You an Israelite, brother. It's a pleasure talking to you. It's definitely a pleasure talking to you, brother. Go ahead and go and do your thing, man. All right, all praises to the Most High. Much love, brother.
It's all love, brother.
All right, all praises to the Most High. So that's what we out here for. All right, so we out here for it. All right, we out here to feed the lost sheep. That's our heart's desire.
Right.
That's our heart's desire for real.
That's right.
We come to prophesy. We come to teach the sheep. We come for righteousness' sake. We don't cover for weed smoke. We don't cover for lust. We don't cover for madness like that.
What the hell is
all right, we don't cover for madness like that. Yeah, so, this place is finished. This place is finished. Here it is, Americans on the downfall.
Right.
All hell's breaking loose within the land.
Right.
Trump and down the other this is Elon Musk is separated, and
Right.
this is what the people got going on in this place. So let's get Revelation 18, verse number 5. So Babylon will fall. All right, Babylon, America will fall. Revelation 18, start at verse 1, actually. All right, give me Revelation 17 and verse 5 as well.
Revelation 18 at verse number 1. And I read, and after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
The Lord said,
Babylon the Great is fallen.
coming to America.
Babylon the Great is fallen.
Only one brother out here.
Babylon the Great is fallen.
I said Babylon the Great is fallen. And what?
It's fallen and has become a habitation of devils.
The Lord said Babylon the Great is fallen, and is going to become the habitation of devils, and the foul of every unclean and evil spirit. And again, this place is on a decrease.
That's
You got riots, you got protests.
Right.
Again, all hell is breaking loose. You got damn devils walking up in dog costumes. Hell outside.
See that?
70 degrees, you walking over the dog costume like you ain't damn just itching to tap that button.
Right.
Like NATO ain't itching to tap that button.
Right.
Yeah, that big red button with the glass on it. You take that glass off, you ready to smack it. And all hell break loose. Matthew chapter 16 and verse 16. Bring out what you got.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 5. In the power of forehead was name written, Mystery Babylon the Great.
So upon Babylon is written, Mystery Babylon the Great. That's America. Everybody for years been trying to figure out what the hell is Mystery Babylon. Jews, is it the Russians? Is it the Ukrainians? No, the Mystery Babylon the Great is America.
Read, the mother of all harlots.
What is America?
The mother of all harlots.
Say that again.
The mother of all harlots.
This place is the mother of all harlots.
Right.
Again, that's part of it right there. You sleeping down and mingling with other nations, and all those spirits start to come out in this place. So America's known as the mother of all harlots, you know?
An abomination of the earth.
Right, this place is the abomination of the earth. Not the abomination of the region, not the abomination of this section, but the Lord called this place the abomination of the whole entire earth. It sins for its wickedness, for its murders, for its idolatry that is kindled up. It's prophesied that again this place will fall with utter nuclear destruction. Well, read 2nd Ezra.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, 16 and verse number 15. Bring it out! A fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consumes the foundation of the earth, like as an arrow which is shot of the mighty archer.
As an arrow is shot from a mighty archer, read.
Like an arrow that is shot by a mighty archer, returning not backward. Even so, the plague they shall be set upon earth, shall not return again. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days?
Even when Ezra was prophesied and seen the destruction of this place, and he seen this place fall, and he seen the riots, and he seen the police, and he seen all hell breaking loose.
Right.
He said, "Who shall save me in this great day?"
Right.
So these low marches, these low-level protests, all this is nothing compared to what's coming.
Right.
I know it's a slot on that, but all this is not compared to nothing of what's coming. These people are asleep.
Right.
If you up here watching 2025 beyond, you still asleep. Your mind is bad because there even greater things are coming to this place. Read.
Verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
God said the beginning of sorrows and great mourning.
The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars and powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. And what shall I do when these evils shall come?
The Lord said, well, Ezra said, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Everybody up here, they want to just get in. They want to go to Millennium Park and gaze and freak off at the beginning.
Right.
Ezra, his mindset was on, what shall I do when these great evils come?
Right.
And nobody knows about the great evils that's coming to America.
Right.
Here it is, the prophets is out. The psalmist is out. We tell you that America will fall. And everybody's got time for wickedness, Millennium Park, and then, what was it? Gold Coast Art? Damn, Gold Coast Art Museums. That's all the mindset of the people is on, not knowing that this place is literally on its last leg. And everything you see is smoke and mirrors.
Right.
You know?
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are set as storage for amendment. But all
destruction and the madness and the open truth that's coming to this place. And this is the best that these people can do. Not even now, all this is prophecy. All these damn Jacob's moving against the heathen, all these protests and helping all the penny. Give me Ecclesiastes. So, this is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning focus, behold, the days shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number. Shall be what? Shall be taken in great number. And these people shall be taken in great number. I said, the merchant shall be taken in great number. I said, all these people are going to be taken in great number. And this is very low level. This is nothing compared to what's going to come in days to come. Lord, every word of the truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be power of faith. The land is going to be power of faith. And all you liberals that's working in there, enemy, you're not going to make it. If you're there breaking and splitting it, and you're working with the heathens, you got to get out. You're going to get caught up with them. All right, read this Ecclesiastes 1:1.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, 1 and verse number 1. The preacher, the son of David, king of Jerusalem, vanity of vanity.
What's up?
Vanity of vanity.
Vanity of vanity. This book, vanity of vanity. All this is all vanity. Palestine's not going to get free, and it's just going to get worse. So the people don't understand. See, they think we're out here to argue. They think we're out here to just yell and be mad all day. Not even understanding the Lord said all this is vanity of vanities. It's prophesied to get worse. And the hand of the Most High is not going to be turned from this place. I go to Proverbs chapter 11 and 21.
What happened to all your people?
I go to Proverbs 11 and 21.
2023.
There's like 3 of y'all right now.
Proverbs 11 and 21. All right, give me Proverbs chapter 11 verse 21. Whoever get it first. So all the heathens and all these emotional people, all these spirits, that's all vanity. All the fake something. You want to hold your flag, you want to see yourself mighty to be something when you really not. It's all vanity. So read this. And little stuff like this don't bother us, man. Again, all this is extremely low level. If this shake you right now, if this damn tear your spirit, then you gotta fix your mindset. All this is nothing. Right, read this.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
The Lord said,
The wicked shall not be unpunished.
but again,
The wicked shall not be unpunished.
though you want to, this is really for you so-called Negroes, if you want to walk up and down with the Arabs, knowing that they've never done nothing for you, knowing that they've put you in slavery, knowing that they know all the wickedness that happened to your people, and they never stretched a hand out to you, even though all these things they know that it's what they call it, halal, unclean, and they still sell it to you, you still choose to walk with them. God said the wicked shall not go unpunished. It's just, come check this out, 2 seconds for God. 2 seconds for God. All right, check this out, 2 seconds. Now, I want to ask you, sister, what do you think this march is about? Right, I'm going to ask you a better question. Why do black people march and marches are not the same? Why do we do that as a people? You said what? Now, has the Arab man ever believed in liberation for the black man? Well, what about the majority of it? Well, have you ever seen that happen? Have you ever seen a group of Arabs march with a group of black people as one to free us and liberate us from the oppressions of America? You seen that before? Where? Can't be in Chicago. Can't be in Chicago. You see a company, you see millions of Arabs march with millions of black people side by side? Thousands. Well, to be honest, it never happened. You may see about 1 or 2, but as a people, you notice how every race, when we go through a situation or a problem, you don't see their whole race put their neck out for us to defend us.
Right.
For example, the sister that got shot with that Sony mask. How many Arabs did you see say RP Sonya mask? Peace for Sonya mask. How many GoFundMes the Arabs start for Sonya Massey for a family? How many marches? Never seen any of these? question is, well, the point is, how we support other races, they don't support us.
Right.
The conclusion of the whole matter is that we are God's chosen people. We read the Bible. We go back to the biblical Israelites, the real Jews.
That's right.
You ever heard about blacks being the real Jews? You have heard that. What's your opinion on that? I just want to know your opinion on blacks being the real Jews. Our sister, our sister. You gotta repent and keep God's commandments. And you gotta come out of America. Because America will be destroyed.
Right. That's right.
You don't want to be caught up in it. Don't want to be caught up in it. Alright, that's our people, man. Read Proverbs 11 and 21 again.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21.
Right, this is gonna be a real damn gruesome. It's gonna be real bad in that day. Here it is, you think God is with you and Jesus Christ and all these things run through your head, and then you see that damn missile coming from the sky.
Damn.
You see ain't no more foods in the store.
Big missile.
You see that damn gas prices down of $50 a gallon, and all these prices is going up. You trying to call on God, and where's my sweet Jesus?
Right.
Not even knowing that Christ is departed from you. Because when you come, we put our hand out, you want to turn away the shoulder. So read this.
Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered, as a jewel of gold in the swine's snout.
So God said, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Bring this up.
Where's that?
That's part of the first chapter, verse. Hold that. We got what I got. Let me find that. We got what else I had. I'll go to Isaiah 1 and 3. Read this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1, and verse number 3. Ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider.
That's Proverbs 26. That's what it is.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, and verse number 26. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
So when all hell break loose and you calling upon God, you're trying to figure out, where is he at and what's going on. Most are gonna be up there cracking jokes, laughing. Why? Because he had his hand stretched out all day to gainsay, rebellion, stiff-necked people, and he wanted to turn away the shoulder. So in that day, we want to finally turn back to God. It's gonna be too late in that day. Go to 1 Kings chapter 8 and verse number 48. Hey sister, how you feel about this sign? 2 seconds for God. Check this out, family. Yeah, 1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 48.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 8, and verse 48. And so return unto thee with all thy heart and with all their soul in the land of their enemies, which led them away captive, and pray unto thee toward the land which thou gavest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I have built for thy name. Then hear thou prayer, then hear thou prayer in their supplication in heaven.
Hey brother, how you feel about this sign? This good question. Alright, bro, you gotta come out of America. Or the Most High will destroy you. So again, the minds of our people are finished. The minds of these heathens are finished. Then you got Ishmael wanna, walk up, act tough. All this is just vanity. All this is smoke and mirrors. Again, the times to come is gonna be nothing compared to these times right now. Go to the classic of Jeremiah chapter 37, and then go to Daniel chapter 12. I believe that's Daniel 12 and start at verse 2. Right?
Book of Jeremiah.
Daniel 12 and 2. So you have Jacob's trouble on the rise. Alright? Again, all these protests, this is that time to build up your faith. It's that faith building period. It's that grace period where the Lord put out for you to get your mind right, get yourself right. So you can test yourself and have your mind ready, or really so the Lord can test you and have your mind ready for the days of evil and destruction and troubles. All these nations have no chances. The Arab man is walking up and down in his vanity, asking for the white man to free, which is off. Here it is, you want to act tough, but you begging for the white man to free you. The same white man that just blew up your kids, like 2 weeks ago? They're bombing at a hospital or something like that. So here it is, you want to do all these protests, get mad at us, and they over there destroying your whole city line. So off that alone, we know that you're not really, nevertheless, bring this up.
is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse number 7.
Going back to the main point, they have no hope. Like these dark-skinned Edomites have no hope. But Jake, you have hope.
Right.
Separate from the enemies, get out that damn march, and come back to your God. Right. Read.
Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. So that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
So God said the time of Jacob's trouble was at hand. It's now upon the earth.
Right.
Right, read.
But he shall be saved out of it.
But the beautiful thing about Jacob's trouble is that God has prophesied to save Jacob out of it. Hey family, y'all got time for God? It's always include right now. That damn always spirit, man. Alright. The Lord gonna kill that. Lord gonna kill that always spirit. Alright, read on to this.
Verse number 8.
You got the damn Edomites in this thing. Marshall with Ishmael.
Right.
So the nations, y'all minds are drunk. The so-called white man, the so-called Arab man, Chinese man, all these nations, that's how you know this place, Babylon, is finished.
Right.
Read on.
Verse number 8.
That's it on that extra. Go to Daniel 12.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life.
Verse 1.
Verse 1. And at the time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was.
Well, God says it's going to be time of trouble such as never was. Read on.
Since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth.
Said on that. So God said that it's going to come a time where he's going to have to send Michael, archangel, one of the chief mightiest angels, right, to save and deliver the children of Israel and be their protection and be their hope. Hey family, check us out. Come on, brother, 2 minutes for God.
2 minutes, brother.
And again, this is the Lord. He's stretching out his hand all the days long to gains and rebellion people. Right? Now read on in this.
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame, and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
I said on that. So again, this place on his downfall. Go to 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse number 1. All right, 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse number 1. The whole Bible prophesies about the downfall of this place. Even when you look at and study ancient kingdoms, no kingdom has lasted forever. All right, no kingdom, the damn Romans, the damn Egyptians, all these mighty nations. Check us out, brother, 2 seconds. All these mighty nations have never lasted eternity, for eternity. America's the same way. Right? The only difference is that America is one of the few nations that feign themselves to act like they're still prospering, to act like they're still at the top of the society. These men, the American army got obliterated by the damn Houthis. All right, they couldn't go in Iran and take whatever oil they wanted to take. They couldn't even get over the damn what they call it, the Vietnamese. They couldn't even take them out. Yeah, the so-called the Vietnamese war. Y'all can't even take them out. And here it is, Russia. Russia's in their prime. China in their prime. All these top, and even all these minor nations, they're at their prime. And America still can't even function to take the littlest of them as the Houthis. So that shows you that this place is on its downfall. So read this. Give me what you holding? Go to Joel, I believe, 3 and verse 5. All right, read this.
It's the book, 2 Ezra, 15 and verse number 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not thy incredibility of them incredulity, of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
I said all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. We just read in 2 Ezra 5 that when the Lord comes back, who shall he find that has faith upon the earth? And then it said many people are going to be taken away. So it's going to be a lot of unfaithful people left, and all those people that's left, they're going to get taken away. And that's the real future of America. See, a lot of people paint this narrative as if the future's gonna have some flying cars and it's gonna have these all high-rise buildings. Everything's gonna be made of silver and platinum, and robots are gonna run the future. China gonna come back into power and make everything all futuristic, but that's not so.
Right.
Again, the Lord said the real future of America, the real future of this world, is gonna be death and destruction. Whoa. All right, bring out what you got. Joel 3 and start at verse 8.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, where the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
God said, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. You got brothers in the truth. That's mad that we prophesy against the heathen.
Right.
Damn, why you say that to the Israel?
Right.
Why you say that to the Palestinians? That's old.
Right.
God said, prophesy. You had all the prophets that prophesied against these kingdoms. Read Jeremiah 28 and 8. What do you think Moses was doing?
Right.
He prophesied against Pharaoh to his face. But then the Lord killed all the Egyptians.
Right.
Or you had Jonah. He prophesied against Nineveh. All of our people prophesied against our own people and the heathen.
Right.
You get emotional, brothers. Oh, don't say that to them.
Right.
Let them grieve. And when we was grieving, when we was in slavery, when we was in captivity,
Right.
they damn was adding all the affliction.
Right.
I read Psalms 137. Esau was damn saying, raise it, and all the nations stood and watched.
Burn.
Right, yeah, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. But now when it happens unto them, they want to faint. You got hold what you got. What you got? Yeah, you can drop that. Go to Job 1 real quick. Bring this up.
Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near.
God is saying, prophesy this to the heathens. Hold on, back up. No, we're not dealing with that. We're not dealing with that. Go ahead and keep pushing. Keep it pushing. It's Esau for you. God just said, prophesy against the heathen, then the heathen want to come up and then fist
Right.
them.
In the midst of
Right.
Yeah. These damn freaks, man. These damn freaks, man. Check this out, brother. Check this out, brother.
2 minutes, brother.
Yeah, that's what it is. Read this.
Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your broken hooks into spears.
God said, take all your gardening tools and turn them into weapons. It's going to get busy. All right, so let's over 3 prophesied in the Bible. All right, turn your plowshares into swords and what else?
And your pointed hooks into spears.
Turn your pointed hooks into spears. Read.
Let the weak say I am strong.
That's the Houthis, the Vietnamese rising up. Damn Iraq, Iran, all these low-level nations rising up against America, against the EU, against NATO, starting their own alliances, leaving NATO, Come on, sister, check this out. 2 seconds for God.
I appreciate you.
Are you an Israelite? Right? Read this.
Assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Then you cause the almighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, where there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe.
So, the Lord said he's bring all the heathen to the valley of Jehoshaphat so we can judge them. So again, y'all get emotional when we want to judge the heathen. When we give them God's words, we let them know truth. But Christ, his judgment towards the heathen is going to be 70 times 7 times 7. That's just much more terrible than what we saying to them. See, right now we speaking the words. It's going to come a time where these words are going to get brought to life. That's what people don't understand. They just think we out here Negroes, right? Black men, reading Bibles. All these niggas don't know nothing. Alright, who the hell are they? Black Hebrew Israelites. See, all the words that we say now, they want to mock, they want to scorn, they want to laugh. But in that day, when all these things come to pass, they're going to say, surely there was a prophet amongst them. Alright, look what they did to Elijah. Look what they did to all the prophets. Isaiah, Jeremiah. Go to Jeremiah 15 and verse number 10. Bring on what you got.
This is the book of Jeremiah 28 and verse number 8. The prophets have been before me and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms.
So even Jeremiah and prophets before Jeremiah prophesied against great kingdoms. Read on.
against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And they prophesied war, evil. Hey, brother, check us out, brother. 2 seconds. All right, they prophesied against war, evil, pestilence.
Right.
So anytime we see these marches, and best believe that's going to be an opportunity to prophesy these things. Because God said,
Right.
all right, you got to stop having all these emotional men where we rebuke heathens.
Right.
Why are you talking to the white man like that?
Right.
Why you got to talk to that little white boy like that? Why you gotta talk, hey, look, man, God said prophesy against the damn heathens.
Right.
So all that emotional, why you do this, if I was out there spirit, hey, look, leave all that where you at. The Lord got the real men of God out here to tell you, nations, the white man, the Arab man, the Chinese man, the Elamite man, all you nations y'all gotta get and y'all gotta go. And all y'all are going to slavery according to the Bible.
That's right.
All right, read.
Verse number 9, and it reads, and the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him.
Sit on it. Bring up what you got. What, 15? Jeremiah 15 and verse number 10. Yeah, 15 and 10.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, verse 10. Woe is me, my mother, that thou hast borne me a man of strife and a man of contention.
Even Jeremiah. Or when Jeremiah was out there prophesying, you think Jeremiah had friends? You think Jeremiah had acquaintances? You think Jeremiah had an extremely large crowd that he was hanging with? So what? Yeah. Maybe just Baruch. You know, he was out there with Baruch. I believe that's, what did Jeremiah, I believe that's 36 and 26. So Jeremiah didn't have a big crowd, man. It was only him and a couple brothers. You know? So even Jeremiah, he even said his own mother founded up a man of contention. Read that part again.
Woe is me, my mother,
Said my mother.
that has borne me a man of strife and a man of contention.
So even Jeremiah was catching hair from his own mother. She said, hey, she think I'm nothing but a man that caused strife and a man that caused contention. And that's how these people look at us to this very day. All these nothing but niggas. They want to yell. They want to be mad and get emotional. Hey, look, man, Jeremiah was on the same time.
Right.
Isaiah on the same time. Ezekiel on the same time.
Right.
Only thing we doing is moving in the ways of our fathers.
Right.
I like how I say in Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, nothing is new under the sun. Ecclesiastes 3, the third chapter, it says the same thing. Ecclesiastes the 6th chapter. So everything that we do now is the same things that was being done of old. Read 2 Ezra 5 and 48 and see how the Lord likens his judgment unto a rain that just goes round and round and round. So we know.
To the whole earth I have neither lent or usury, nor man have lent to me or usury, yet every one of them doeth curse me. The Lord said, verily, it shall be well with thy remnant.
The Lord said it should be well with the remnant. What's up, brother? You got time for God? Oh, we got a fly for y'all, right? Look into that. You an Israelite. All right, you a Jew. Scan the QR code. All right, brother.
Verily, I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction.
Jump to verse, what verse you at? Jump to verse 15.
Verse 15, O Lord, thou knowest, remember me and visit me and revenge me of my persecutors. Take me not away in thy long suffering. Know that for thy sake I have suffered rebuke.
Even we read the life of Jeremiah, right? And the times when he was prophesying, he was shaking the hand. He was catching a hand of light that came along with it. And these things didn't make Jeremiah emotional. These things didn't make Jeremiah soft. Jeremiah ate all that up. Right, go to, you still go to Jeremiah 36. And Jeremiah eat all that up. Read Jeremiah the 8th chapter, how he damn tried to run and turn back from doing the work. The same thing that Jonah did. But again, the point is the same lives that our fathers lived. And they're doing the work. Them catching affliction. Them catching hell. We do the same thing to this very day. And sister, y'all got time for God?
1 minute, sis.
Check us out, sis. Before you start, check us out. We got a fly for you, sis. We got a fly for you. We got a fly for y'all. Right here. Alright, look into it, sis. Y'all will be Israelites. God's chosen people.
Right.
Hey, brother, check this out. 2 seconds. Real quick. I want to get your opinion. I want to get your opinion on the side real quick. I just want your opinion. What's your opinion on the side?
while we was oppressed as a people. Because we the strongest people. I get mad when I look at fucking.
Now, what race did this to our people?
Right. I don't know. I think it's looking at it. I'm one of the ones I don't even like to look at.
I'm asking you, brother, what race did this to our people, though?
Right. You said what race is our people?
No, what race did this to our people? What nationality, what ethnic group of people did this to us? Specifically this right here, like him right here. What is his race?
We all.
Brother, you gotta stop quoting. You gotta separate from that white woman, brother. Separate from that white girl, brother. She gonna cause you harm, brother.
Get out.
Jake's so soft nowadays, man. You got the white man right here. All right, that manifest. Damn Popeye shirt on. So you can't make this up. All right, and all that flexing, all those fake muscles. Hey, white man. You know, Christ gonna enslave you one day. You know Jesus Christ. You ever heard of Christ, right? You know that Jesus Christ is coming back to enslave all white people.
Right.
Now, how do you feel about that? You don't believe me? Now, do you believe in the Bible? Let's go to Revelation 13 and 9. Let's see what God said.
This the book of
Now,
Revelation.
don't run. Read it.
This the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 1.
We need you to feel all these cuts. Bring us up.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity.
God said if one race is another race into captivity, like how your people did my people, read,
Shall go into captivity.
shall what?
Shall go into captivity.
God said, now you and your people have to go into captivity.
That's
How
right.
you feel about that? He said, what?
I think you're wrong.
You think Christ is wrong?
No, I think you're wrong.
Well, we just wrote the words of Jesus Christ. That's a real letter. Read that again for me.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Shall what?
Shall go into captivity.
Where is he going?
Into captivity.
You going into captivity, white boy. Now again, that's whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, that's your future. America, I see you got the damn Popeye, you got the American flag. America is falling right now. America couldn't even overcome the damn Houthis. You think during World War I the Houthis would have step up to America? What about World War II? What the Houthis would have even thought about picking up America? Hell no. Now you got the Houthis them bullying the Americans. You got the Vietnamese bullying the Americans. How the Vietnamese, how the hell America could take them down? Yeah, Trump and Elon Musk division. The last president that y'all just had in office, he didn't even know he was a damn president. Y'all had them Biden in there. He didn't know he was president. And he in his office calling plays like he knows what's going on. So your society, your American kingdom, bright lights, these women, your women, all that is gonna get done away with. Y'all are kingdom. So again, whether you like it or not, America will fall. Read 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. And guess who's next after America falls? Take a wild guess. The so-called black and Hispanic man, the Israelites, will be next to rise in rulership. Alright, we are the real Israelites according to the Bible. The so-called black and Hispanic man. Read this. And we are also known as your future slave masters when we read the Bible as well. So read this.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
Read that again, but read a little bit slower.
For Esau is the end of the world.
God said Esau, the so-called white man and white woman, is the end of the world. So all this society, believe it or not, but you're living in the last days. Alright, Esau, which is your people, is the end of the world.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
Jacob, the so-called black and Hispanic man, is the beginning of it that followed. Now, you being that's right, we got next. Now, you being a so-called white man, alright, knowing that your people did this to my people, what's your opinions on this time? Because we've been asking everybody this. What's your opinions on slavery and the colonization? I'm asking your opinion, then we're going to see what the Bible says about it.
My opinion on slavery?
What's your opinion on slavery? Be honest, be honest. We don't want to hear that soft, I'm sorry you had. No, we should be honest.
It's disgusting.
You think it's disgusting? Do you regret slavery?
Well, I regret that it happened, but my family wasn't part of it.
What's your nationality? Where do people come from? Irish? Oh, the Irish most definitely had slaves.
The Irish were also slaves here, too.
You know, y'all were indentured servants. We done heard that 1,000 times. Y'all got paid. Alright? We not no unlearned Negroes up here. We actually read. Y'all were indentured servants. Y'all got bread from what y'all did. Did we get paid for this? Did y'all pass for this? No. So can you compare what you went through to what we went through? No. Alright, so don't say the Irish were slaves. It's a difference between chattel slavery and indentured servitude. Now, it's just emotional. It's emotional. Nevertheless, we gonna see what the Bible says about it. What you have? Isaiah 14.
This is the book of Isaiah 14 and verse number 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them.
So God said, and it's not just you, for all those Palestinians marching, they got to get it too.
That's
Because they
right.
had a part in our slavery as well. So God said all the strangers are going to be joined with the Israelites. All right, read.
And they shall cleave to them, to the house of Jacob.
And all those Palestinians, they got to cleave to the house of Jacob. All right, all those Ishmaelites, those Arabs that put our people in slavery, and both the sub-Saharan slave trade and the trans-Saharan slave trade, and even to this day, they have oppressed us at a massive level. Most of us say they got to get it as well.
Right.
So we know,
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
we're going to take them, we're going to put those chains. You know, you got to get a chain, they got to get chains. We're going to bring God to Israel.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
God said that y'all will be servants. You listen? God said that y'all will be servants and handmaids. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about being a servant to the so-called black man and a handmaid?
Does the Bible also say all that who believe in him will have everlasting life and shall not die?
What verse say that?
Not a biblical scholar.
Well, it sounds like you let church get into your head.
You're gonna get protest without spirit, so God bless you.
Last time you should kids got put to sleep.
That's right.
Not me, no one to shake hands. You guys have a great day. God bless you.
All right, so just get ready for slavery. You know? All right, so again, it's a lot. Give me Proverbs 8:4, man. Give me Proverbs 8:4. Last time I checked, the Lord called men in these last days. The Lord didn't call out emotional. Yeah, Proverbs 8:4. The Lord didn't call for emotional wrecks out here. Here it is again. They yelling free Palestine. I'm still trying to figure out where they're being freed from. They're not in captivity. They don't got guns running neck. They still got to stay in the government. They got a damn military. All you doing is just losing in battle.
Right.
What was free Israel when this happened? What was free the so-called black man when this happened? Can you answer that, brother? Can you answer that for me? Everybody saying free Palestine. I want to figure out where they're being free from. You heard me? Everybody saying free Palestine. I'm trying to figure out what are they being freed from. They have a government. They have an army. They have kings and rulers. Last time I checked, they're just losing in war. But everybody's saying freedom. What are they being freed from? That's the question. What are they being freed from? Can you answer that for me, brother?
I don't even know what you're talking about, bro.
I'm asking, what are they being... Look, go to turn around. What are they being freed from? That's the question. There's a lot of soft Israelites out here, man. There's a lot of soft black men, soft black women, men that don't want to proclaim truth. I don't know what you're talking about. As if you don't see a damn multitude of damn accompanying Palestinians. Emotional Palestinians. Read this in Proverbs 8 and 4. Read this.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 8, verse 4. Unto you, O man, I come.
The Lord say,
Unto you, O man, I come.
oh, be emotional.
Unto you, O man, I come.
Act like women.
Unto you, O man, I come.
God said, unto you, O men, I call. So last time I checked, we the real men. We had slavery oppression happening to us, and yet to this day, 2025, the Lord has still had his mercy upon us to come out and still prophesy to you. Now last time I checked, that's a real man. A man in a nation that can endure slavery, rape, robbery, murder, captivity, still come out and stand for his people. Not a damn race that's losing in battle, get emotional. Check this out, brother. Hey, brother, right here. How you feel about this sound right here? About what happened to the so-called black man? So what? Man, now you compare this and what we going through to what they going through? No, let's be honest.
No.
You can't. The things, go ahead.
It's a different era. They're doing this shit with bombs now. It's still going on.
And not even just that, but the things that we went through, they damn near obliterate once to make the main point, they had us in slavery. We were actually in captive. We're the ones that really had to be free. What are they being free from? How come they're saying free Palestine? What are they being free from? You said what? Exactly.
Come on, man.
So that just lets you know that the mindset of people in 2025 is at a very low vibration. Now I want to ask you, what's your race according to the Bible? Tribe of Levi? So you know you're an Israelite? All right, brother. So how long you been knowing that you're an Israelite for?
For a long time.
Long time? How many years would you say?
Like 17.
17 years? You know you from the tribe of Levi? So you know that you're Israel, right? What did God command Israel? What did he command the Levites? What did he command us to do?
Basically like high priest.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all are the priest of God. So you know this. So how you kind of find this out? Because you know that's not common. We run around people don't know they Israel.
How do I feel about it? I feel like they need to stop. This is how I feel about it. They need to stop.
You said you can speak up a little bit, bro. It's kind of hard to hear.
They need to stop complaining.
You stop complaining?
Yeah.
What you mean by that?
I feel like they're just complaining. Like they're like, oh, this land belongs to us, but like the world don't belong to us.
Well, believe it or not, but the Lord has actually commanded the earth into the hands of Israel. We are the real kings and rulers of this earth. Now, before I get to that, you being an Israelite from the tribe of Levi, you know God gave us commandments. You know God gave us commandments, brother?
Yeah. Hey, what you doing, Beverly? Hold on.
Brother, check this out for you, Paul. All right, let me check this out. Deuteronomy 33, so I want to say Levi. Yeah, right there.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 33 and verse number 8. And of Levi, he said, let thy Thynium and thy Urim be with thy Holy One.
So what it's saying is right here is that judgment is commanded to the Levites. The laws, the statutes, the commandments that was given to the Levites to give to the Israelites. Now you're a Levite. As a Levite, you're supposed to be upholding the commandments of God higher than any other tribe. Like you said, y'all are the priests, the high priest. What does the high priest do? What is his job?
You talk to the kings, to gods. Kings and gods, talk to the gods.
Yeah, he talks to God, but he also upholds the law. He teaches everybody the laws.
Right.
You know about God's laws?
Yeah, the commandments.
The commandments.
The commandments are just like the Constitution.
Well, not necessarily. They're different from the Constitution. In both aspects, they are laws given to a specific society and ethnic group. Nevertheless, you being a Levite, you have to keep God's commandments. You know God's commandments?
No, tell me to it.
I'm going to show you something, right? Let's go to Leviticus 11 and Numbers 15, 38. I actually want Numbers 15.
Book of Numbers 15 and verse number 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So as an Israelite, you said you've been known for 17 years?
Yeah.
You ever heard about the fringes? Never heard about fringes? How you found out that you was Israel? Through the internet, social media, or
What, Israelite?
yeah? How did you find out that you was
I've been
Israelite?
doing research.
Research. You just came to the conclusion that you was an Israelite from the tribe of Levi.
Well, first I came to the realization that I was born. Okay. And then you guys were low-key one that told me like
Oh, we did.
like y'all was on that corner over there.
Okay.
I walked past all these like, what are you on vacation?
Oh, so
You guys told me.
now we've been out 17 years. You said you've been on for 17 years, though, right?
Yeah, on and on.
So when did you find out that you was actually an Israelite, though?
I don't claim to be an Israelite. I'm just a person. I'm just a man in the world, just like everybody else. I'm not, at this point in my life, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say I'm an Israelite. I've never been an Israelite.
Well, but you said that you were Levite, though, right?
I mean, yeah, 'cause I was born in the tribe. I researched it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: Levi is a tribe within Israel. So I'm gonna show you. Let's turn this on real quick, right? I'm gonna show you a vision. Israel is a nation of people, right? That nation consists of 12 tribes. One of those tribes will be the tribe of Levi. So though you're saying that you're a Levite, but you don't think you're an Israelite, Well, the Levites are Israelites because that's part of the tribes of Israel.
Right.
Before Israel was a nation of people, they were known as patriarchs. They were men.
Right.
Those men had sons. You will be a descendant of a man named Levi. So you will be an Israelite, your nationality, but from the tribe of Levi.
Right.
So you will be an Israelite. That's how it works. Does that make sense? So the Israelites, especially the Levites, were given laws, statutes, and commandments by God. These are one of the main commandments that God wants us to keep as Israelites. Let's read.
Numbers 38, Numbers 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak to Israel, which is you. Read.
And bid them that they make the fringes and the borders of their garments.
So God said the Israelites have to have fringes on the borders of their garments. These are fringes. So you see these so-called tassels. All right, you're doing fringe checks. See these tassels? All right, brothers all around got the tassels. The elder, the brother over there. This is what you call fringes. God said that as a Levite, especially, y'all gotta have fringes. All right, we're just gonna tell you what it's for.
In the borders of their garments throughout their generations, that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
As you see, everybody fringe, they got that blue ribbon. I got a kind of a darker blue. Elder got the light blue. He got the light blue. But you know, you gotta have that blue on your on your fringe. It can be any color blue, but it gotta be blue. You know?
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
So God said that you gotta remember the commandments and do them. That brother need on fringes, all right? Because he gotta keep the commandments.
Right.
He need fringes.
Right.
You know, that's all I gotta say. He need fringes. Yeah, he need a lot of fringes. He need a lot of fringes. Now, you need fringes too, though, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we have fringes for you. We have fringes, right? Brother got you fringes. Now, the question is, before we give you these fringes, are you willing to wear these fringes proudly as an Israelite, coming back to your culture?
I am, but I can't right now. I'm doing a protest. I got to do the same clothes every day.
You said what?
I got a protest going on. I'm wearing the same clothes every day.
For how long?
For as long as it takes.
All right. Well, read this again. Read Numbers 15:38. These are God's laws. You don't want to. What's the protest for? If I don't mind me asking. I never heard of that before.
It's personal.
A personal protest? So you got to wear the same clothes every day for a personal protest?
Yeah, not take a shower.
And not take a shower? No, brother, that's all. All right. Now, all right, we could go into a lot of... We read the Bible again. You will be a Levite, brother. You read Leviticus 15. We won't want to go too deep, but there's laws on cleansing yourself. You being a Levite and a priest of God, you should keep yourself clean ceremonially, physically. You know, you don't want to go days, weeks without showering and wearing the same months.
Right.
You've been months without showering? What?
It's a real protest. Yeah, it's a real protest.
So you've been months without showering and keeping the same clothes on.
Same clothes.
But you have the ability to shower and if you wanted to, like you got a crib to go back to and all right, well if the situation is something you don't have a crib.
No, it's not even that. Even if I had a crib, I wouldn't even take a shower.
If you had a crib, you want to take a shower?
No, it's a protest. It's a real protest. Like, because this is the best way to do it. It's like when I walk out on these streets, motherfuckers smell me. You know what I mean? Like, Jim Jones be like, you smell me? Jim Jones, like in New York, they be like, you smell me? You smell me? So I'll be outside, niggas smell me. They be like, damn, why do I smell this dude every day? It's because I'm protesting. That's why you gonna smell me. That's why you gonna smell me before you see me.
All right.
It's just a protest.
I get it. Now let's read this one more time. Right?
Numbers 15 and verse number 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make the fringes in the borders of their garments.
So you gotta wear fringes, nevertheless. Even though you say you're wearing that every day for months and months, we have the ability to switch your clothing and wardrobe. You gotta throw on fringes.
My son, thank you.
All right, so you take the if you take the fringes, then you gotta put them on right now. You gotta take good care of them. You gotta wash your baby, do your thing with them. Are you willing to put these on right now for God?
I'll come back. I wasn't disrespecting God.
Well, it's not that you disrespecting the garment. What you just said, you're disrespecting God. Because God told you to put on fringes.
Right.
And God said make haste to keep the commandments. And
right.
Don't tarry nor delay.
But what is the
Look at the Psalms. You said what?
Nah, I'm gonna keep pushing it, brother. I appreciate it. I'm back to it.
I mean, brother, we're not young anymore. That's the thing. Real quick before you leave, got one more verse. Psalms 119:63. 60.
Here's the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse number 60. I made haste.
I made what?
I made haste.
Did God say?
I made haste.
What does it mean to make haste? What does that mean? To make haste. Speed. So David said, I sped up. I made haste.
And delayed not to keep thy commandments.
So David said, I made haste, and I delayed not to keep thy commandments. So David heard about fringes ripping through the mugs on, because that's a commandment. He made haste to do it. You gotta get in that same spirit. But you can't delay to, say, I'll come later, I'll come back later. Because you know that you're Israelite. You know that you come from a tribe of Levi. You knew it before you came up here. So wisdom will tell you, and the fear of God will tell you, you need to throw these on as soon as possible.
I'm against you.
All right, brother.
Love. I appreciate the words.
All right, brother.
Stop that protest.
Yeah, bro. Hey, brother, real talk, brother. You really gotta stop that protest, though.
All right.
It's vanity. I'm gonna be honest. It's all vanity.
Right.
It's vain.
I'm not wearing this like now.
It's vain, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you.
How? Tell me.
So, what is the protest for? I want to know what you're protesting for. Because I've never heard of a personal protest.
Never heard of personal protest before?
I've never heard of a personal protest. You just don't shower, you don't take care of your hygiene.
Listen, I still look good. I mean, listen, so the protest, this is what the protest is about. It's about being human. Alright? It's about being human. And this is why this is protest. If I was as dirty as can be, and I needed to really get in the shower right, I needed to clean myself, right? Back in the day, I could just jump in the lake, clean myself. But in this day and age, that's not possible. That's why I'm protesting. It's just like these commandments that we're supposed to be upholding, it's difficult when the human race is terraforming the planet.
That's not difficult because you can still put on fringes. Now I'm gonna show you. Now I'm gonna tell you why I said that protest is vanity. Because your purpose should be to not only uplift yourself but your people, your community.
Right.
Now, according to the Bible, the true way to lift up your people and your community is by keeping the laws of God. This is the truth. This what you see up here. It's the true protest. Protesting the wickedness of America and teaching righteousness. Now read this, Proverbs 7.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verse 2. Keep my commandments and live.
God said,
Keep my commandments and live.
milk. God said, keep my commandments and live,
And my law as the apple of thine eye.
This is the real. This is how you really protest. By keeping God's commandments. Not by not showering for months. Hold on, listen. It's not by not showering for months. No bathing for months. No saying, hold on, bro. Let you speak. The real protest is when you come back to God's laws. It's not just about you. It's about your people. You think your protest can affect all black people? You just tell all the Negroes in the land, don't shower. Don't take care of your hygiene. Keep the same clothes on for months and months at a time and protest against America. You think that'll really work? It's not gonna work, brother.
Right.
I'm being straight up. A bunch of Negroes not showering, it's not gonna work.
Listen,
Right.
God actually said to be.
Devil. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
God said to be, not to live.
He said what?
He said to be, not live.
God said to be and not live.
He said to be. He didn't say live, he said to be.
All right, read it again.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verse 2. Keep my commandments and live.
God said keep his commandments and live.
Right. That's from a book from the king, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It is.
Okay, the king said that. God, the people that God spoke to.
Do you know
what they said?
Do you know what Proverbs?
The only thing I know is the Gnostic norm is what Jesus Christ said. I don't read what man said. I only read what Jesus said.
So you don't hold on. So you don't believe what man said. You only believe what Christ said. Now, do you think that the people like Jeremiah, right, Solomon, the prophets, do you think they spoke the words of Christ, the words of God?
The words of Christ?
Did the prophets speak the words of God? These songs, 68 verse 11. All right, brother. So you got a lot of things you want to clear out your mind on a spiritual sense. All right, the prophets prophesied through the word of God. Read this.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 11. The Lord gave the word.
I gave the word.
Great was the company of those that published.
Man published the word of God. So hold on, brother. Hold on. So the words that we just read in Proverbs, that was inspired by God.
Right.
Said by God.
God did say it.
It was inspired.
Brother, all right, go to Deuteronomy 30, right, and 19. Deuteronomy 30 and 19. We're going to show you what God said, though. Even though God and Proverbs is all inspired by God at the end of the day. You're not going to hear God say it with a loud microphone out of the third heavens. You're not going to hear it that way.
Right.
God speaks through men, believe it or not. God speaks through physical men. Christ was a man. God spoke through Christ. So read this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you.
This is God speaking. He said, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you.
That I have set forth.
Slocky.
That I have set before you life and death, blessing and curse.
Yeah, God is speaking right here. You know?
Therefore, choose life.
What did God say?
Therefore, choose life.
That's a second witness. God said, choose life. So are you going to choose life and keep the commandments? Or are you going to continue to not shower and do your own heart's most desire?
Life is the easiest thing to pick on the four curses of man. So the four curses of man. Listen.
No. Go to Ecclesiastes 5:1.
Listen, the four curses of
Brother,
man.
brother, I ain't gonna lie, you spoke enough.
Yes.
Ecclesiastes 5:1. All right, who got it?
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse number 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Yahweh.
What did God say?
Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Yahweh.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You're doing a lot of talking, and a lot of talking that you're doing is just vanity in this Bible. You know, all that. You know, not showering and it's 8 heavens, and you know that you Israel, but you don't want to keep no commandments. You don't want to wear the fringes. All that is vanity.
You don't believe in the eight heavens?
There is no 8 heavens in the Bible. You just said that you believe in the words of Christ. So what other Bible talks about Christ? Hold on, we're going to deal with that, but I want to ask you a question, brother. How many heavens is it according to the Bible? How many heavens is it according to the Bible? I'm going to ask you this. How many gates is it to the kingdom of heaven? No, it's 12 gates. It's 12 gates for the people on this side right here. Alright, the so-called black, Hispanic, Native American men and child. 12 gates for the 12 tribes of Israel. You will be an Israelite according to the Bible. Now, what would this world call you? If you don't mind me asking. What nationality would this world call you? African American. Now, you believe in the Bible, right? Now, in the Bible, can you find the words African American? No, you can't find it. So what did God call us if we can't find those words?